Hey everyone, it's me. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back in another video, and I am here to now talk about Teyana Taylor and Iman getting separated. This caught me by surprise. And I actually was one of the first people that saw this news because I followed Teyana Taylor on Instagram, and when I saw her post talking about it, it had said like 5 minutes ago. So I was one of the first people to see this news, and I thought about trying to rush and do a YouTube short about it, but I don't know. YouTube has kind of been playing with my shorts recently. Not saying they haven't been doing well. I mean, some of them have definitely been doing well, but the growth has been a little bit slower than usual. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to stress myself out over trying to make a short about it. But yeah, they got separated. They've been separated for a minute. And the reason why Teyana Taylor even addressed it, because some people don't know, because it was actually reported that Iman had been seen out with other women. There was a video that went around of this woman like wearing his chain or something like that. And I think there was like another person that he was seen hanging out with. And so people were like, oh, Iman is cheating on Teyana, like how could he do this? And so that's why Teyana made the post that she made, where she basically was like, oh, hold on, slow down, not too much on him, we are not together. And so this caught a lot of people by surprise. A lot of people, again, were rooting for them to work, and I'm gonna make the same disclaimer that I made in my previous video that I made about Jeannie and Jeezy, which is that number one, I am not and have not ever idolize this relationship, okay? Just because I say, oh, I was rooting for them and oh, I thought they would work out, that does not mean that I was idolizing these people. I hate that that's y'all's go-to. Every time someone says, oh, I'm sad to hear about this, or oh, I really thought they were gonna work, people's immediate response is, well, this is why you shouldn't idolize people's relationships. I understand some people do, but I do not, okay? I don't look up to any celebrity couple. I don't look up to anybody's relationship, honestly. I mean, I can get inspired by people's relationships, but I don't idolize or put anybody on a pedestal. I think that's odd. I think that's weird. I don't do it. But I still thought that they, would work. And no, you can't say that just because they look good together, that means that they, should have stayed together because of looks. Like, of course not. But you still can make the comment that they were a really cute couple. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that they were a cute couple. And so, I thought they were really cute together. They have beautiful, beautiful children. And, I just always thought that their relationship was really cute and adorable. And so I hate that they also didn't make it. But again, we don't know these people and we don't know why. She did say that infidelity wasn't the reason, but you'll still have people that'll say that it was the reason. You'll have people that, again, love to ignore evidence. They love to ignore the truth. Even when the people involved say what it is, people will still speculate against that. But I'm going to choose to believe Teyana when she says that infidelity wasn't the reason. However, this has brought up a lot of discussion around open relationships, right? Because it is known that Iman and Teyana had an open relationship where, they might have messed with people themselves, or they would bring people into, the bedroom. They're known for having threesomes with people. And so it brought up this discussion of, do open relationships really work? People say that they do. I would never do it personally. I would never, ever, ever do an open relationship. I'm just way too traditional in that sense. Like, I like mine to be mine. I don't like sharing at all. And I just think that when you bring other people into the bedroom, it just, opens up a whole new set of issues. And yeah, I just feel like once you crack that door open, you just allow for more and more to happen. And for me, I just view marriage and relationships in general as something very sacred. And that's just not something that I want to open up to other individuals. And so to each their own, whatever works for you. But I just personally can't see myself doing an open relationship. But some people people do it, and for some people, you know, they say that it works. But we've also seen, you know, in a few scenarios where couples who were either rumored to have open relationships, or maybe it was exposed that they had open relationships, a lot of them end up not making it. And people think it's because, like, once you start introducing new people to your relationship, it can cause issues. Now, she did say infidelity had nothing to do with it, and so I don't know what it could be. People are saying it could literally just be that they grew apart, which sparked a whole debate on Twitter. And honestly, some of the stuff that I was seeing on Twitter, honestly, a lot of the stuff I've been seeing on Twitter in the past couple of days in regards to marriage really has me concerned. It really has me wondering if marriage is even possible now. Like, and you know, like I've spoken about this too, about how, like, me recently coming out of a situation where I had got my heart really broken. It really makes you question, like, is it even worth it? And just seeing how other people view marriages and relationships, it really has me wondering if it's even worth trying to get that, because the way that people view marriages nowadays, it just seems like no one really cares anymore. Like, it just, to me, like, marriage has always been something that is supposed to last a lifetime, unless X, Y, and Z, you know, cheating, abuse, you know, whatever your non-negotiables are. I don't think that anyone should stay in a marriage or stay in a relationship that isn't serving them, that is putting them in harm's way. You know, if the marriage is not making you happy and you just genuinely aren't being fulfilled at all from that relationship, then yes, you should end it. But I think what I'm starting to see is that people are going into relationships without any goal of staying together. A lot of people are going into it looking at it as temporary. Not that even, like, you know, over time, like, again, like, you grow apart or you start noticing red flags. That's something different. But what I'm noticing now is that people go into relationships expecting it to end. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like I've now become one of those people where it's like, okay, well, clearly I can't go into relationships, you know, expecting it to last, because people, a lot of times, they just don't put in that effort, and maybe they don't even see you as someone as long term. Like, people just don't take relationships seriously enough for me to take it serious. And so I'm even at a point where I'm like, maybe I should start viewing relationships as like, oh, okay, this is cool for right now. And, you know, even though I'm not like that at my core, but I feel like in order to protect my heart at this point, I kind of have to now start moving like that, because people just don't care. Like, they don't try, they don't put in effort. And it's like any little thing, something as small as, like, I don't know, you forget to change out the toilet paper when it runs out. Like, small stuff like that is now reasons for people to just up and leave and move to the next. And it's just, I don't know, I just hate that we're in that era. And I'm not saying that this applies to Teyana and Iman either, right? Like, I don't know what goes on. I don't know if they tried. And like I said, they are separated. They're not officially getting divorced. So there's still a small chance that they could get back together and try again. We also don't know how long they've been separated. She said they've been separated for a minute, so I'm gonna assume that it's been maybe at least a year that they've been separated. I'm not sure. I'm literally just speculating. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that marriage isn't viewed as sacred anymore. And just to see people casually say, like, oh, if the marriage ain't working, just get divorced. Like, and it's like, yes, if it's not working, go your separate ways, but also still try. And the fact that I saw people literally saying that, you know, marriages aren't supposed to last forever, it's just like, if you have that mindset, just don't get married. Like, just don't get married. If you are literally looking at marriage as temporary, you shouldn't be getting married in the first place. And that's fine. I don't understand that either. Like, if marriage isn't for you, if monogamy isn't for you, if being in a relationship is not for you, then just don't do it. No one is forcing y'all to get married. Nobody is forcing y'all to be in these committed relationships. If that type of lifestyle isn't for you, and that's not something that you believe in, then don't do it. I'm not understanding why people are just like, oh, like, if you are somebody that doesn't like to stay in long-term relationships, and you just don't see that as something that best serves you, that is fine. Like, I just would rather people do that. Like, if you're just not that type of person, then just don't do it. Why? If you're someone that doesn't believe in committed relationships, why would you then get with somebody that does believe in committed relationships? Like, that's just never going to work, because it's always going to be one-sided. It's always going to be that person is putting in more effort than you. Why not just find somebody that aligns with how you view relationships as well? Like, I know some people who, they don't believe in, getting married per se, but they believe in having a life partner, right? So they believe in spending the rest of their life with somebody, but, may not want to do like the paperwork or whatever to get married. That's fine. As long as you and that person are on the same page and y'all are respecting the boundaries and the rules that you have set for your relationship, that's fine. But it's just, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, and I don't know, maybe it's because I did grow up religious, and because I am a religious person and I just view certain things as sacred and I hold certain things to a higher standard. Maybe that's why it sometimes feels like I'm going crazy, or it feels like some of the desires that I want in life feel impossible to obtain, because it just feels like in this generation and in this climate that we're in, people just don't view it in that way. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that, like, because it's becoming so normalized, now the people who do view marriage as sacred and view certain things as sacred, is like we are kind of diminishing in numbers. And so it's like, maybe just for the sake of my mental space and for the sake of my heart, maybe I should just start to be a little bit more realistic with where we are currently. And maybe with this, time period that we're in, maybe marriage is just no longer for me, given the current climate that we're in. Because I don't look at marriage as temporary at all. I don't even really look at relationships as temporary. Like I said, unless the relationship is not serving you. I mean, I have, mutually ended things with someone when it was no longer serving either one of us. So I'm not saying I don't believe in breakups. Please don't think I'm saying that. But I just feel like people don't take it seriously enough. And for me, it's like, I don't want to take that risk in getting into a relationship or getting into a marriage with someone that doesn't view it just as important as I do. And as much as I would love to believe that just by having a conversation, I can come to that conclusion, unfortunately, people lie, people say things, people manipulate. And so just because someone tells me that, they hold marriage to a high standard doesn't mean that they actually do. It all depends on how that person is and, the actions, right, of that person. But anyway, back to Teyana and Iman. Like I said, we don't know what happened between them and why it led to, even a separation. However, I do like the way that Teyana handled it. Iman hasn't said anything yet. I don't know if he will. Honestly, I don't even think he really needs to. I think that Teyana handled it really well and really mature, and I think that was like the highlight from her announcement, is how mature she was about it. There wasn't any like back and forth on social media. There wasn't any drama surrounding it. She literally said that they are still cool, they're still the best of friends, and she kept it very respectful, and she didn't sit there and like divulge all these details. Like, she literally was like, we're separated right now, don't send hate to this man, like, we're not together, they may or may not be trying to figure things out, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they'll surprise us all and end up getting back together, but I'm glad that she kept it mature and respectful in her response, and I think the way she handled it was really great. And regardless of how it ends up for them, I wish them the best. But as I always say, I am not someone that roots for broken homes. Now, do I root for broken relationships? No, of course not. But if there is a chance and if there is enough there to fix it and to bring them back together, I would love to see them work things out. But if not, and if they ultimately feel it's best to separate, then I still wish them the best, and I wish them, continued success with co-parenting. And but let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments down below. Were you shocked to hear about Teyana and Iman getting separated, or were you not shocked at all? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys go ahead, give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.